Well, this is a Montana sling I got for my Marlin 1894 and 44 mag, and what I did just now was it's a little darker than the original color because I sprayed it down with this heavy-duty water repellent. Might as well get it now. You never know. So I'm going to install this on the Marlin, and we'll be getting some parts for it later too. I'm going to get what do you call it? The extractor from a Texas company. And we might even be getting another carrier for the 357. I think it comes from a UK company made out of stainless steel, and it's like really better than the original. I'm going to get them slicked up. Work really, really good. I only got 2 Marlin lever actions, so only 2 lever actions, period. Both in pistol calibers. But I want the leather sling on there. Just like I said, I was going with a Montana company. This one, I'm not getting anything from New York or anything like that. It's from MontanaSlings.com, made in USA. 1 1/4 inch. They sell other things too. You can see the knife shield, seeds, and everything. They got a lot of products here, and you know it's not that much money. I forgot what it was exactly, but you know it came with the swivels. That's the other thing. Because otherwise, you know, I'd have to get this. Because if I got the GI sling, I'd have to get the swivels anyway. So it would be almost as much as buying a plain web sling. Plain web slings are pretty good. If you already got the swivels on there, you get a plain web sling for $10. But the leather is very good. Actually, it looks better on a rifle, but it's not all about looks. It's practicality, and you can get a lot more accuracy with a sling because you kind of wrap your arm around it like that. And I don't know if he's showing a picture of it. No. But there it is, Montana sling. Like I said, I ain't buying nothing from any of the Northeast states. It's gonna be Texas, Montana, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, something like that. If maybe it's New Hampshire, fine. Live for or die, but that'd be an exception. Well, here's the Montana sling on a Marlin 1894 and 44 caliber, 44 Magnum. And by the way, the rifle is, after I went over it with the Dremel and all that garbage, actually the only thing I modified was this. So if I have to change it or something, I'll put the bigger loop on there. Not the real big one. They have one from a place in Texas that's like between the big loop and the small loop, but I'm not changing nothing as long as it works. To hell with it. I'll probably put a Barska scope on it. They're under $100, and the rings, the whole thing should be under $100 with the scope. Not a powerful one. I don't know, 1 to 4 power or 2.5 power fixed or something. Probably a 1 to 4 power. And this is Montana slings again. I have it where it's fairly loose because I like to wrap my hand around this way and come in here and hold I can't do it like that, but hold it like this. Because that makes like your arm into a tripod, and it stabilizes everything a lot. That's the old way they taught you to shoot in the kneeling, sitting position, and offhand also with the sling. The sling gives you a lot more stability. Plus, if you're carrying a rifle, I know it's a lightweight rifle, but it is a lot easier to sling it. And like again, I'm probably going to get the scope with it, but before I do that, I want to test it out, probably with a couple different kinds of ammo, because it was using, it seems to cycle nice, but when you put some ammo in it, once in a while you got to kind of jiggle this lever to get it in there once in a while, and that may be just because it's a pistol caliber, but we're going to actually get these 110%, but I'm going to do that in stages, because I'm not going to waste a lot of money trying to throw all kinds of money into a gun. But the thing is, I do know the Marlins are less money than a lot of other stuff that's out there, and I've got both of them the same. They're both 1894 in pistol caliber. One's a 357, one's a 44, and that makes it simple because I don't want to reload a 30-30 because it's another caliber. Nothing wrong with 30-30, but 44 will work fine. So would a 357. And I said I put this little leather wrap on here for nothing. Just used my Speedy Stitcher awl and had an old belt, and I had some black shoe dye. It's done. So I'm actually fairly economical in a lot of things I do. And by the way, my kitty cat up there in the security camera, almost 4 o'clock. That's little Dixie. So I keep an eye on these little guys. You can actually hear the sound from outside. That's the microphone. That's turned way down, man. I think it'll pick up a lot of noise. So I keep an eye on my little kittens there. I do like cats a lot. And I'm not really a fan of hunting too much. I haven't actually gone hunting in a million years. But, it's something that I want to get back into because it's an important skill to have. If it comes right down to it, I would hunt deer meat and cook it up and give it to my little kitty cats. My kitty cats would be protected along with me, so this will be my deer getter. And hey little fella, what are you doing here, Goldie? His name is Goldie. He's a dude. I first got him, I didn't know if he's a male or female, and we called him Goldie. It's gold color, right? One of a kind, buddy. Very friendly cat. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like the way I look at it. I kind of look at it like hunting is something you only do when you need to. I actually care about animals. To tell you the truth, it's kind of weird, man. It's kind of a weird thing, I'm not against hunting, but I care about animals. So, I do things the right way. There's a lot of, like, if you get something like this, God, you got enough meat there with a freezer to last you a year. So, including my kitty cats, we have a lot of kitty cat food too, man. But this is a nice sling. And again, it's made in America, Montana sling. I want to really plug it. They're not, I forget what it is. I'll tell you in a second. I think it was like $50 or something. And you can get the economy shipping. I think it's free. No, excuse me. The price was $42.95. So that's what I was figuring. Like if you bought another sling and it didn't have the swivels on it, it didn't come with these swivels, where you can mount it. You'd have to buy those separate and pay shipping or something probably, and you'd be up to that price already. So you got a really nice leather sling, and it's got this thing on here. The way it's tied in here, you can adjust it, and it stays in position. I got it kind of loose because, like I said, I like to have my hand use the sling as part of a tripod system when I shoot. And I'll be out there shooting this thing pretty soon. I got another gun on the way. A 357 Magnum nickel rear-walk Vindicator, something coming out of there. Probably going to get a little burst of 22. That's about it. And I know the guy at the gun shop is very, very busy. He actually forgot to order my 357. Just ordered it Tuesday. But the reason is, it's probably because of what's going on in the communist Democrats, or whatever you want to call those guys. You know what I mean? they're doing so people are buying them now because they're afraid of what might happen in the future. And this, I really kind of like these. These are, I think the main problem I'm having with this, I know Marlin did not make, I know they're Remington, and Remington improved them a lot. They did get a lot better from when they initially took over Marlin. There's still some bugs in them, but I'm not afraid of that because the price of this thing is less than other ones, and it comes with the mounts for mounting this sling. A lot of rifles don't have that. You've got to either tap them out or get a special sling for like $100-something that wraps around here. And then the other thing is, it's got the mounts for the scope. And it's a side eject, and you can reload it as you're using it, right? It's got the side gate for reloading it. And this thing might be okay when I'm actually using it, though. Just the other thing, if you're cycling live ammo, might not. Difficult to say. We'll see what happens. But it's not that bad now. It's really not that bad. It's not really hanging up really bad or nothing like that, the way it was when I first got it. But I definitely needed this sling. The sling I have on every single rifle I have has a sling. Every single one. People do not realize that the sling can actually stabilize your shooting greatly, whether it's in the kneeling, offhand, sitting, no matter what your position is, because when you wrap your hand around this way, you put it through like that. God, I can't do it too much because it's laying down. You put it like that. That locks in everything. Your elbow is up against your chest, and it locks in everything. It makes you like a tripod. It's almost like you got to rest. I don't think other people don't realize that, because that's one of the 101 things about getting a lot of accuracy. And quite the truth. I used to shoot a lot. Not to say I don't want to say this, play up this Marine Corps crap too much, because it's all the individual. You know, the higher up they are, the longer they're in, usually the worse they are. That's really what it is. But usually. But what I did was I did on my own time and my own dime. I did a lot of shooting, and I got very good for practicing a lot. And a lot of those skills are still there. They say they're perishable skills, but they're not. The skills are still there. A good chunk of them. And I got battalion high shooter, and I almost broke the range record. And I was doing this consistently with non-match ammo, no shooting jacket, no special equipment, no leather sling or anything. I was using standard, just wearing my camis and green web sling and damn rifle that was issued to me. Nothing special, no special ammo or nothing. And like if you shoot 220 and above, which is a lot easier to do with the A2, that's expert, right? If you start shooting 230 and above, and you're doing it consistently all the time, you're shooting 230 something or the high 230s, and I shot over 240 out of 250. That's really, really good. And you know what that's from? Practice. And pretty damn good at this shit, actually, you know, believe it or not. But one of the things I know is about that sling. And of course, it's your breathing and all that other stuff, but the sling is more important than anything. There's a lot of little garbage. I don't even know if I want to put it out on YouTube, how to do all these tricks, because I don't know who the hell views these videos. But it's a nice sling. It looks like the old West. That's the thing, you know. I don't know who the hell views these videos. I could tell people a lot of little tricks about things. I don't know who the hell freaking watches these damn things. It could be the bad guys, man. That's the thing. So, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? I mean, I'm not against having the information out there. But ain't that more like, and you know, if you put the scope on it, and it's not like this big old scope like the one I got on the other 357. It's got like a one. It doesn't have it. It's not big in the back. It's only like this long. It's mounted low. It really doesn't look out of place with the rifle, even with the sling and all that. It just looks fine, even though you know it's not period correct. But scope freaking, you know, a low-powered scope. I'll tell you what, man. A low-powered scope, you can see better at low light through a low-powered scope than you can with the naked eye. Not a high-powered scope, a low-powered scope. Somehow those things gather more light than you can see with the naked eye. I got no issue with putting a scope on here, but I don't want anything that uses a battery. But we're going to get this thing all slicked up. I'm going to probably get, after I get the 357 and the burst at 22, I'm going to get the special extractor for this thing, and that might be part of the problem with feeding, believe it or not. Even though it's an extractor, when the round comes in, the case can hit the extractor when it comes in. The new ones from this Texas company, they're better. I'm going to try one out. If it works on this one, I'll get one for the other one, and if they work really good, I'll leave them the hell alone. But if, say, the other one isn't perfect yet, they got for 357 the 1894 Marlin. They have for the 357 made in the United Kingdom. It's a stainless steel carrier, and it's supposed to feed better, whether it's 38 Special or Magnum. You know, that's one of the problems they have, but I heard there's ways around this, that these are designed for both 44 Special and 44 Magnum. The same with the 357. 44 357 Magnum and 38 Special. So you got two different cartridges. They're a little bit different length, but there's ways around it. There's ways around them to get them like these are really, really super solid, and that's the way I want to get these. And again, I got my gunsmithing screwdriver set here, and you know, I'll be checking all these screws on here just now, and if I ever come loose, I'll put a little Loctite glue on them and get them all cinched down good. So I'm going to make sure these are 100% good. And the other thing is, I'm going to make sure I'm 100% good. Because the human behind the rifle's got to be supercharged, alert, and all this other garbage. It's like, supposedly a senior citizen, but I can't be a crusty old senior citizen. I got to be like a very mobile, freaking vital, vibrant senior citizen, whatever you want to call it. I don't even think of myself a senior citizen. Too young to be a senior citizen. But, I want to be like super strong. And that's not talking lifting weights, but feeling like really powerful and energetic all day. So, not just having a weapon right, you got to be right. You got to get down there and do some PT and make sure you take the right nutrients and stuff. But the sling, it's gorgeous. You can see the stitching. See that? Oh yeah, see? Montana slings, man. Gorgeous, ain't it? Gorgeous. You see how this is? It's like you don't have to, it automatically holds it in place with the way that's wrapped around. And now this is all treated with waterproofing stuff. So it's a little darker than stock, but I don't care about that, man. I'm not a GQ person. So, yeah, she's a beauty. Looks damn good to me.